I want to share some thoughts with you on the split between the feminine and masculine and the healing of both polarities in this powerful time. Today, I'm going to speak of feminine healing because in this time of awakening, it's the feminine who's called to rise in her wholeness as divinity and to invite the sacred masculine to step back into his proper role as a beloved co-creator with her. There's so much happening all over the planet to heal the feminine, and this is a centerpiece of my own work as a high priestess of the Rose lineage, and it's a crucial step for humanity. Today, I want to speak to the dark side of our collective feminine healing journey. I'm going to talk about the toxic feminine, often masquerading as the divine feminine. This distortion of femininity rises into its false power via a victim-charged anger and hatred towards the wounded masculine, without seeing that this inner hatred is equally toxic and causes a continued separation between the two forces. My own personal and difficult healing journey into the collective psyche and ancestral healing of feminine and masculine wounding has revealed layer upon layer of my own toxic rage and hatred towards the masculine frequency. Many times I stood as a divine feminine leader and did not realize how deep this hatred and rage ran in my bones, in my body, in my blood, and in my soul. My path is a sacred union path. And this path is not about showcasing some glamorous, perfect union with a man to demonstrate how perfectly we embody the goddess. This path is about calling in your closest masculine counterparts vibrationally to mirror and call out the places of your non-integrity and reveal your wild, vengeful, unhealed, wounded inner child. These sorts of men will call your bluff, sacred feminine. This is what the true masculine partner does. He will upend your arrogance and self-assured proclamations of superiority. He doesn't look like pretty awakened man candy that we can photograph and gloat about on social media. He will bring you to your knees with his powerful mirror of truth. His toxicity is your teacher. I am so grateful to have had these sacred masculine forces enter my life and undo me in this way. They have toppled me again and again from the false throne of divine feminine that claims to be internally whole, but is full of holes when faced with the reality of divine testing and tempering. And this is what is brought forward by an uncontrollable masculine force in our lives. I'm stepping forward to share this as a call to my dear brave sisters on this path. We can be self-righteous in our disdain and vehemence for the toxicity of the masculine on this planet. We can lack the depth of self-knowledge to see these toxic patterns within our own wounded being. Our vehement reactions and belief in victimhood are equally toxic to anything we call out in the so-called toxic masculine. So today, at long last, I feel I have finally come back into the upper world after my underworld journey for 5 years of intense trials and ordeals of the inner psyche. Now I arrive to a place of true compassion and acceptance for myself and for the wounded masculine soul. Today, I don't tolerate toxicity, but I can call it out with empowered awareness and strength, instead of in the past when I used the victim's cry of rage and revenge and even hatred. From this place, I invite women who feel called to dig deeper than ever before to take the journey of the Magdalene Venus transmissions. They were created over the course of the Venus retrograde 40-day period, beginning with Mary Magdalene's feast. They are powerful and revealing beyond belief. There's 7 transmissions that cover the ground of the most hidden, unconscious patterning in the wounded feminine psyche. The transmissions were channeled from the Great Sophia wisdom and have uncovered some of the depths of the phantom ancestral wounding that has been keeping me personally separated from the external masculine for my entire life. I know that all who participated in this co-creation felt a similar and profound shift in their inner awareness as to what they're still holding in unconscious states, separation and vengeful blame and disempowerment. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And this raging, out of control feminine energy hiding within us is certainly a part of the hellish frequency of toxic separation consciousness. We cannot come into true union when this hellfire scorn for the masculine remains in the shadows to unseat our divine empowered equilibrium. Are you ready to step forward and truly become the frequency of the Divine Mother's loving compassion? To be a being that holds the dark and the light in a state of grace and understanding, without stepping out of your sovereignty and empowerment and back into weakened judgment, blame, and condemnation towards the masculine? Then this is the journey I encourage you to take. It's the journey I have taken. And if you truly want to call back the sacred masculine, then you must unearth your own inner deception and lack of inner balance. We must mature ourselves as women at the most profound levels and bring our inner feminine and masculine into the sacred union of deep harmony and united love before we can hold the frequency of unified source and the Holy Spirit within us. I call you to this work with great humility and compassion, and from my own gut-wrenching journey into wholeness. And I hold you in my heart, beloveds.